I've had my Mark II Focus ST now for a few months, and it's finally time to unleash the sound of that 5-pot. How are we going to do that? With this, a KMS Thunderstorm exhaust. Today we actually have some help with fitting the exhaust. Now a lot of YouTubers get their family involved and stuff like that, so today I actually have my dad helping me fit the exhaust. Say hello, Dad. He's a bit shy. Cannot wait to get this on the car. Currently it has a stock exhaust with a res delete and I believe a sports cat. It does sound pretty good, you know, it's not too loud, it does burble a bit, a few pops here and there, but this is going to be a completely different sound. So I have gone with a non-res, so it's just got the 2 back boxes, and I've gone with a decat 2 with a milk cheater so it doesn't bring the light on the dash. Let's get the old one off and start fitting this new one. First things first is to give the bolts a quick soak with some WD-40. I then went ahead and cracked the bolts loose. Thankfully mine all came off without any problems. Starting off with the downpipe bolts first, then moving on to the midpipe bolts. I decided to leave the O2 sensor in the sports cat as it's much easier to remove once it's out, so I had to disconnect it from the car. I could then remove the hanger from the mount, and that's the sports cat out. Like I said, I wanted to remove the O2 sensor out of the car as it's much easier, and I'm very glad I did because mine was very tight and I ended up using some mole grips and a long bar. Next up is the midpipe, and as always, starting with a bit of WD-40, I removed it from the hanger and just started pulling. Luckily the car came with a res delete already, so I didn't have to cut the exhaust to get it off. Last step now then is just the back box, which should be pretty easy, so I'll quickly get that off and then we can get going on with the new one. Started by removing the back box from the hangers. There's one by where it connects to the midpipe and 2 on each end by the tips. With those removed, it's just a case of wiggling it around to get it over the subframe and out the back. I'll show you a quick comparison then. So this is the KMS Thunderstorm, and of course that's the stock one. Biggest difference obviously is the huge back box, now just going into 2 single ones. And of course the diameter of each one, so the new KMS is 3 inch, not even sure what the stock one is, maybe 2.5 inch. And of course the much bigger tips went with the 5 inch slash cut, so these are going to fill the diffuser nice. With this stock one removed, let's get this new one on. Before fitting the new exhaust, I made sure to clean the mating surfaces on the downpipe as it doesn't use gaskets. I did speak to KMS themselves to confirm this, and they did say just to use some exhaust sealant. With the surface cleaned, I put an even layer of exhaust sealant on, making sure it's all covered well. The decat can then be fitted with the hardware that's applied. Next up is the midpipe. I did also apply a layer of sealant to the other end of the decat and also the midpipe. Got it seated in the hanger first, and then again used the new hardware that's supplied. And last but not least is the back box. Always give the hangers a spray of WD-40 as this helps massively when pushing the hangers onto the car. I fed it over the rear subframe into the midpipe and then secured it with the 2 hangers either side. That is the full system all in then, minus the tips. I've left everything loose underneath just so I can get the tips in the right places and then tighten everything up. I must say this is one of the best fitting exhausts I've ever put on a car. It's nowhere near any exhaust shields. The bends are perfect, it fits right around the car. And all round is just a general fit, and it wasn't that difficult either. So I'm going to get these tips lined up and then we can get everything tightened down. Like I said then, just slide the tips on and then they can be tightened down. I did then notice how low the back box sat, so I tightened the clamp on the mid pipe first, then pushed the back box up before tightening the clamp on the back box. I gave the tip placement a quick double check and then tightened them down for good. With the rear of the exhaust done, it's then time to go back underneath and tighten the mid pipe, and then the decat to the downpipe. Milk cheater can then be fitted, making sure it's nice and snug. And finally the O2 sensor can be refitted. I did actually change the direction that the milk cheater was facing, as it was facing the rear of the car and stretching the sensor wire. And that is job done. The exhaust is fully installed. I'm super happy with it. Shout out to KMS Motorsport for making such a nice exhaust. Shout out to my dad for all the great help. Well, he tried anyway. We'll go get some clips now. I'll do a cold start because the car has been sat all day, and we'll go get some driving clips. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.